This video is about the top 10 fastest growing economies in the world in 2023. Keep watching to find out more about the world's quickest growing economies. 1. United Arab Emirates, UAE. One of the fastest growing economy in the world with the quickest growth rates is the United Arab Emirates, UAE. The UAE has changed dramatically over the past several decades from a tiny desert nation to one with a diverse and sophisticated economy. The UAE is a global trade and business center because of its prime location between Europe, Asia, and Africa. The UAE is one of the top producers of oil and gas, and its oil and gas exports have significantly aided the country's economic growth. However, the United Arab Emirates has made a deliberate attempt recently to diversify its economy away from the oil and gas industry and into industries like travel, real estate, and finance. With less red tape and a beneficial tax system, the UAE's business-friendly climate encourages innovation and international investment. However, heating world-class highways, seaports, airports, and telecommunications networks has cost the United Arab Emirates a lot of money. 2. Egypt. Another fastest growing economy in the world, and specifically in the Middle East and North Africa area with the quickest rate of growth, is Egypt. The Egyptian government has carried out several economic changes in recent years that have aided in economic stabilization and attracted international investment. The Egyptian government introduced several economic changes in 2016 to lower the budget deficit, enhance the business climate, and boost investment. These changes included subsidy reductions, currency devaluations, and a value-added tax implementation. The country's historical monuments and resorts have seen record visitors recently, helping Egypt's tourism economy recover. A crucial canal for international trade, the Suez Canal links the Mediterranean and Red Seas and provides a sizable source of revenue for the Egyptian government. 3. Qatar. Qatar is one of the economies in the Middle East and North Africa area with the quickest growth rate. One of the world's top natural gas producers, Qatar's LNG exports has been a significant factor in the country's economic expansion. Qatar has been a center for global trade and business thanks to its advantageous position in the Persian Gulf. Qatar has made significant investments in developing its infrastructure, including creating world-class roadways, seaports, and airports, as well as cutting-edge telecommunications and internet access. In addition, with a reasonable tax structure, Qatar has developed a business-friendly climate that promotes innovation and international investment. With an emphasis on innovation, sustainability, and competitiveness, the Qatari government has shown that it has a long-term strategy for the nation's economic growth. 4. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is one of the most developed and rapidly expanding economies in the Middle East and North Africa. The nation is rich in natural resources, like oil and gas, which have recently been essential propellants of economic expansion. The Saudi government has made several economic changes in recent years to diversify the economy and lessen its reliance on oil. One of the world's top oil producers, Saudi Arabia, has relied heavily on oil exports as a source of income for its government and economy. However, as part of the Vision 2030 plan, the Saudi government has started several economic reforms to diversify the economy and lower its reliance on oil. Reforms like privatization, deregulation, and the growth of new sectors like tourism and entertainment are among them. Saudi Arabia has made significant investments in infrastructure development, including creating world-class roadways, seaports, airports, and telecommunications networks. Saudi Arabia has been a center for global trade and business thanks to its advantageous position in the Middle East. 5. India. During the past several years, India's economy has become one with the quickest growth rates in the world. One of the world's fastest growing major economies, the nation has had an average annual growth of almost 7% over the past 10 years. India's economy has grown for several reasons, including a sizable and quickly expanding population, a thriving and dynamic private sector, considerable infrastructural expenditures, and a developing middle class with rising purchasing power. India has also benefited from a buoyant global economic climate, with rising foreign investment inflows and high demand for its products, including significant investments in social and infrastructure projects and initiatives to make doing business easier and draw in more foreign capital. Nevertheless, India's economic development trajectory is encouraging, and in the next few years, it might overtake other developed nations as one of the largest economies in the world. 6. China. China's economy has experienced some of the most robust growth in recent years. As a result, China is considered the fastest-growing country in the world. China has experienced a significant shift over the past 40 years, going from a primarily rural population to a worldwide economic superpower. Since these changes helped to unlock the economy's potential, China's GDP has expanded at an average pace of almost 9% annually. As a result, China has advanced from being a low-income developing country to an industrialized country with a middle class. China's economy has grown for various reasons, including its sizable population, abundant natural resources, low labor costs, and robust manufacturing sector focused on exports. Due to its affordable labor prices and welcoming business climate, China has become the most significant exporter of commodities globally. As a result, numerous global corporations have established operations in China. 7. Thailand. Thailand's economy is among the fastest growing in the world, having grown significantly along with other nations in recent years. Thailand's economy has changed over the past few decades from primarily focused on agriculture to be more diversified with a strong industrial and services sector. Particularly in sectors like electronics, transportation, and petrochemicals, Thailand's manufacturing industry has significantly boosted the nation's economy. Thailand's economy has also benefited from the services sector, which has seen substantial expansion in sectors including banking and tourism. The COVID-19 epidemic has also significantly influenced Thailand's economy, especially the travel and tourist industry. Despite these difficulties, Thailand continues to be a significant player in the global economy, and in the years to come, robust economic development is predicted. 8. Japan. Japan has historically had a rapid economic expansion, notably in the years immediately following World War II. Japan experienced a quick industrialization process throughout this time, becoming a significant economic force recognized for its cutting-edge production, cutting-edge technology, and robust exports. One of the significant causes of Japan's economic growth was the government's policies, which prioritized export promotion, financial assistance for technical advancement, and infrastructure spending. With these laws' aid, Japan established several internationally competitive businesses, including the automobile, electronics, and precision manufacturing sectors. Meanwhile, Japan has been struggling with various issues, such as an aging population, high levels of debt, and deflationary pressures, and its economic development has slowed down recently. Despite these difficulties, Japan continues to be a significant economic force and has one of the largest economies globally. Japan's highly educated population, robust R&D industry, and innovative culture should all contribute to long-term financial success. 9. Brazil. The economy of Brazil has grown significantly during the previous few decades, especially in the early 2000s. In addition, Brazil experienced a period of political stability and economic change during this time, which aided in fostering prosperity and lowering poverty. Brazil's exports of commodities, particularly those related to mining and agriculture, were one of the main drivers of the country's economic expansion, especially in sectors like automobile and aerospace. Yet, various difficulties, such as high levels of inequality, corruption, and political instability, have also accompanied Brazil's economic success. In addition, the COVID-19 epidemic has also severely affected the nation and hurt its economy. A variety of policy initiatives have been put into place by the Brazilian government to resolve these issues and foster long-term economic growth. These actions include infrastructural investments, social welfare programs to lower inequality and poverty, and structural reforms to increase competition and decrease bureaucracy. 10. Singapore. The Southeast Asian country of Singapore is a tiny island nation that has grown significantly economically in recent years. Singapore has evolved from a developing nation to a highly developed, modern economy with a heavy emphasis on trade and services since winning its independence in 1965. The government of Singapore's emphasis on economic growth and luring foreign investment was one of the significant elements that led to the country's economic expansion. Several programs were put into place by the government to boost exports, construct new infrastructure, and create a workforce with a high level of ability. Singapore also boasts a favorable business climate, with low taxes, specific laws, and robust intellectual property protections. The commerce and services sectors are highly prioritized in Singapore's highly diversified economy. The nation is a significant financial hub with a flourishing banking and financial industry. Singapore is also a necessary logistics and shipping hub, with one of the busiest ports in the world. Electronics, biotechnology, and pharmaceutical sectors are just a few high-tech ones calling the nation home. Singapore, while being small, has grown to play a significant role in the international economy and is one of the wealthiest nations in the world in terms of GDP per capita. Yet there have also been obstacles to Singapore's economic progress, such as a high cost of living, an elderly population, and a reliance on foreign labor. The government has implemented measures to deal with these issues, such as boosting funding for training and education, investing in healthcare, and encouraging entrepreneurship. In conclusion, these are the movers and shakers of the global economic order. While we can expect realignment with India's ranking moving up in the list, broadly, the names are expected to remain the same. However, the possibility of new entrants cannot be ruled out. Many economists are placing their bets on the two dominant economic players from Asia, India, symbolized by the elephant, and China, represented by the dragon.